to Hull, where this morning we will be supporting the Parents Against Grooming in the city of Hull. We also support them in Rochdale too, and also in Cumbria. And all the parents are coming together today to stand up for the children of Hull. People that have followed me for quite a while might remember that I did a report in Hull probably about a year or so ago now, where I actually spoke about Operation Marksman and about that there had been a 2-year police investigation into the grooming gangs in Hull, and no one was held accountable. So the parents of Hull have come together to reopen this case, which it has been, and hold these perpetrators accountable. Do we know where we're going? Are we going right? Is it straight up here? Straight up here? Because there's some people down there. Is that it? You won't believe things to Hull quite a few times. We came in from the other side last time, didn't we? Of the square. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for jumping on, and thanks to everybody else that's watching and supporting too. I hope the people of Hull that couldn't make it to the demonstration today, then I hope that they can watch my video. Nice. So there we go, guys. Victoria Square in Hull. Oh, is there? You're kidding. Oh, we've got Antifa there. Disgusting. Yeah. Oh yeah, Rita said to her coming. She's another amazing lady. All right.
Be careful with the music, just mute it a minute. You don't want to get your screen cut.
Show me how to mute it. So I've got bottom there.
Mute.
Yeah, so. Sorry guys, I had to mute it because there was music on there and we're not sure whether it would have affected our copyrights. So yeah, I've come out of the square now, but these are the guys that have come out on their scooters to support the parents of grooming and save our children today. Oh, lovely. Sorry guys. So it's all out to support the survivors today and make the perpetrators accountable. It's sad to say that, you know, we've from Billy opening his hub in Rochdale to the parents and the survivors there, to Hag opening up in Cumbria, and now the parents of Hull are raising money to help the survivors, because this needs people to be held accountable. You know, if you're here, when we were here last time, the stories, you know, stories to us, the babies' lives, young girls that have been abused, and all for the sake of racism. It's been brushed under the carpet by the police. Well, we've all had enough. I'm just going to mute it again just for a little minute, just because of this song that's on. If actually can't find out it, song with motorbikes. I'll go over this side. Hi Kenneth. Hi Liam. Thank you. Oh yeah. I'll talk to you. I've tried to stand over here so I can film without being muted, because Active says it could be a copyright. We don't know what these songs, whether pictures are signal, isn't it? Yeah, I was just going to show you guys just one sec. I don't know if you can see it. That was my present from my very good Patriot friends. I would have rather not had the age on the bottom, but you can imagine who wanted that putting on, can't you? It's really loud, that song, isn't it? If I get copyright from it. Have a little walkabout to it. So the start of the speeches start at 12 o'clock. We'll have a little walkabout. The speech. I know. Yeah, but once they start the once they start the speeches, they'll take music. Well, they wanted more money. Is there enough? Comments. Hello.
Oh, sweetheart.
Nice to meet you again.
You are,
yeah, you.
I'll just show my face a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Me too. Show a little bit of support. Will that get me for copyrights if that's one of them songs?
You won't actually you will get a copyright strike for the song. It just won't be monetised. But
Yeah.
it won't be forced.
You don't seem to monetize any of these demonstrations I do. anybody raises their voice, and even mine, if we raise our voices,
Yeah.
it takes ads off
It's
it.
almost like the algorithm spots you
Yeah,
straight away.
definitely.
You've got
I
it.
thought it were words at first. I thought it was words, and then I realised no, they're picking it up within the content, aren't they? But you know, emotion can come over as anger sometimes. That is not always meant, especially from me. No, no, unfortunately. How many police have we got here then? Oh, the music's gone.
Copy that, so it's not like a straight though.
Yeah.
We'll give it another 10, 15 minutes, then we'll make a start, ladies and gentlemen. But wow, what an entrance that was by the bikes and the scooters. Thanks, lads, for turning up today. Much appreciated.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, guys. What a turnout. Absolutely beautiful.
Hi, on that bike. That is
Oh,
here,
is that you?
here.
Oh,
We'll have a look inside,
wow.
That is actually here in the younger days.
Oh,
How ace is that?
brilliant. It's so nice to see you enjoying it now with these, and it's brilliant. And everybody can come together. Absolutely. You've all got lovely bikes. Well, isn't it? How lovely. Very nice. And what a day for it. Hi, Lynn. That's beautiful. Hi, Calmage. Hi, David. I don't know if there is any banners. I don't know if we've got any left because they either get stolen off us or the police take them. But surely the people here should have some banners. But that is actually the main square up there where they will be doing the speeches from, which I will go up there and get close when the speeches start. Oh, look at that. Wow. Gorgeous. That's beautiful, isn't it? These guys out supporting their children and girls in Hull today. Much respect to them all. Hi, The Rock. It's a little bit drier than it was the other day when we were in Huddersfield at Stanley Moe. Oh, goodness. It said it wasn't going to rain for 50 minutes and then the heavens opened. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, good morning, Josh. Yeah, I'm not used to early mornings. I was out at 10 a.m. this morning, but that's quite early for me. We're out there. What time is it now? Right, quarter. We'll go down there a bit. That sun's hot. Oh, look at this here. Wow. I know it's a shame, Liam. I know some of the Yorkshire Patriots are going to come as well, but you know when you come by train, you can't get here. It takes long enough on trains to come somewhere. Never mind having to get on a bus, and they always seem to make it a demo day, don't they? Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the time of your life? It's time to stand up and fight. It's alright. And then I'll take a caravan to the motherland. One by one, we're gonna stand up and fight. Not seen Billy yet. Billy from Pag should be doing in Rochdale should be doing a speech too. Shall I go up here? I'll try and look for Billy. I've just go up in there. I've got sun in my eyes now. I was going to bring my sunglasses. No sun were forecast though last night.
Yeah.
Hello, I've just been looking for you. I'm good. How are you?
All right, mate.
Yeah.
Good.
Here to support all you guys.
I wish I was with you.
Hey, well, fuck off.
All right, my friend. You good?
I'll be over soon. I'll be over soon. I've got some more bags of stuff for you. I'll message you. Yeah.
Gonna make it start in about 5 minutes.
Which one's Ian? Ian.
Hiya, how you doing?
My birthday present.
I want to turn.
I know. I just wanted to make sure that I did this time, and yeah, you've got a great turnout like last time. Because I've been to a lot of demonstrations. No matter how small they are, it's whoever's there. But yeah, it's nice to see that you're all united, isn't it? And that word is getting put to the side
That's
now.
it, yeah.
You know,
The bikes in the schools, what I was going to say, I only put it out last week.
it's lovely. And like I say, I know you touched with Billy now. You were with Cumbria.
I'm in touch with a lot more. That's the thing. It's this networking that's bringing us all together.
Yeah.
And that's what we need. Same as when we did with Active last night. We did a live stream.
Yeah, I
last
was
night.
a little bit late. Sorry.
That's what we need. We need more of that. People from all over the country getting together as well. Picking a town. Like now is over. Let's go Manchester. Let's go Barrow. Let's go Bradford. Yeah, that's it. You know, let's all move together as one instead of little individual
Not been
groups.
frightened to speak up. No, you keep it. I've got one. Thank you. But yeah, it's we need to get this out in the open. We've got to start with GB News.
Well, they're here somewhere today.
You know, I am filming. Sorry, yeah. It's all right if you.
I'm Nora's Unjabbed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, face to a name.
Oh, thank you. And this is not often I get my face out where I can help it.
I said to Colette and Brian in the car because I brought them from Blackpool.
Yeah.
Because I live in Preston, and I said, "Oh, I only want to meet one person today. If I could just speak Yorkshire Road." He said, and Colette said, who are you talking about? I said, Yorkshire Road.
Yeah.
Don't you know she's called Mandy? And I went, no, I didn't actually. But
Lovely to see you. I'll try and catch up with you. Beautiful, aren't they? Well, what a lovely turnout. You know, that they're all united.
Yeah.
I remember. What's my microphone sound like, guys? Because I've got it on my t-shirt and I've got my coat over the top. Morning, Smith. Oh, that was lovely to meet Nora Unjabbed. If people are on Facebook, they will know that lovely lady. I haven't actually seen her picture on Facebook, so I didn't know who she was, but that's lovely. Lovely that people can all unite. They've come all the way over from Preston and from Blackpool today to support the parents of Hull. And the guy that I was just talking to earlier was Ian, and Ian is the guy that's set this group up in Hull to help the children. Yeah, we're lovely with that. And I can see she's a lovely lady on Facebook, so to meet her personally, and it was lovely. It really was. It was. I cannot believe how hot it is here. Like, because I've been poorly, I have just bought myself my first base layer thermals, like long sleeves and bottoms as well. I've got another black long sleeve t-shirt on, and then another t-shirt and a coat, and I'm boiling. Yeah, the speeches are starting at 12 o'clock. I just wait for a few more people to arrive. That music will go off, guys. I'm going to get a strike for it on my YouTube, but there's no point having it silent, is there? We haven't got no change. I haven't got no change. How much are there? No, will you get me one and I'll give you money when I go to the cash machine? I've been wanting one for ages.
You want this one or the Love Heart one?
Oh, I want the Love Heart one.
I'll grab one for you. I'll go grab one for you.
Thank you. Sorry. Just need to want a different one. Oh, I'm boiling. Did you say £2?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, I'm boiling.
I know I am. Can't get me good you want to do this.
Oh, I've got thermals and long johns on under my jeans. Thank you very much. It's amazing everything that you do. Will you just hold that for me? Just watch, I've got my wire around me as well. I've run my battery out before I've got it, you know, with sat nav rather than charge it. Surprised how much it takes in sat nav.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, coat off, guys. Still 3 layers on. Hey, they're Aisling. I love them. That's what I have just. Yeah. The yellow hat.
Year-old activist! Hey, happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! You're not really 50, you're fucking 52. Hey, we've got the Yorkshire Tiger here. Hey.
Oh, yeah, so that's it, guys. The yellow hat. Which I will wear with pride.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
My finger.
Right, I'd like to welcome everyone that's turned up today and showing these girls you care. Looking out there today, I can see people from all different towns, cities throughout the UK. I could go on and mention every single one of them, but I'm not going to. It's irrelevant of where you come from. We are all fighting the same battle. Together we are stronger. Together we will not stop till justice is done for these girls. Before I start introducing the speakers today, I would like to go over a few things about United Hull. Many of you have heard them before, but I'm going to say them again. As most of you are aware, Operation Marksman ran from 2017 to 2019 over allegations of possible grooming operating here in Hull. After 34 arrests, tens of thousands of pages of evidence and statements from 2 survivors, because that's all the police knew about at the time. I've only been doing this since December. I know of 9. 250 electronic devices seized, searched, and nothing was found. The girls were raped, tortured, abused, threatened with their lives. I could go on, but I know one of the speakers later on is going to go into a little bit more in depth about what these girls have suffered. I never thought that when I started United Hull in December with the sole intention of getting Operation Marksman reopened, I would be saying these words so soon. Stage 1 complete. Operation Marksman has been reopened.
Yay!
When I say reopened, it now comes under a new name of Operation Conference, led by a new team with a new outlook on the case and hopefully a new result. We will wait and see. I would like to read a quote from the police statement released on the 30th of September, the day that they released that Operation Marksman was going to be reinvestigated. And this is from the Deputy Chief Constable, David Marshall. You sound like Norman Collier. He stated the case was wound down in June 2019. So he's saying that the case was never closed. It was just wound down. Now a quote from a letter I received from Emma Hardy, the Labour MP, earlier this year. Not popular then. I believe the investigation was not closed, but they had exhausted all avenues of investigation. Just 1 second. Mic 2. So, thanks. It's even worse. So, thanks, Emma. You really had them on the ropes there. So, again, she's saying the case was never closed. Now, I want to read a quote from a letter I received on the 22nd of April this year from the very same Deputy Chief Inspector, David Marshall. He said, I would like to reiterate that whilst the current lines of inquiry have been exhausted and Operation Marksman investigation has been closed, we will always review any new material. So was it closed? Was it wound down? Do they actually know what they're talking about? No. Making it up as they go along. Whatever suits that time of day. He also goes on in the statement on the 30th September saying, because of Operation Hydrant's findings, Humberside Police have made the decision to re-investigate Marksman. So Humberside Police made that decision? No, I don't think so. They were found that they've obviously fucked up somewhere, sorry for swearing, and been told to do it all again. Yeah. United Hull, as you know, was formed in December 21. Mainly to highlight what had been going on in Hull, that the police, the social services, MPs, that all knew about this, but forgot to tell the voting public what was going on. Why is that?
Cover up.
We all have our suspicions, and I'm sure the truth will out. But let's have a look at what was happening in 2017. The general election. Guess who won? Labour. Emma Hardy, Diana Johnson and Carl Turner. Where were they when the girls needed them? Their support, their help, lining their own pockets. Makes you wonder where all these votes come from for Labour, because I don't see anybody. When I speak to people, none of them will vote Labour. So where did they come from?
Postal
all the shopkeepers, probably. So what else was going on in 2017? Anybody remember? Made in Hull, year the City of Culture. The last thing they wanted to do was cause widespread panic that there was child grooming gangs operating in Hull, sexual exploitation happening in Hull. That wouldn't go down well, would it?
No.
So does you think there's a cover-up going on?
Yeah.
So where do we go? United Hull has come a long way since December. And as I've said on many occasions, my sole intention was to get Operation Marksman reopened. Nothing more, nothing less. I've now been asked on many occasions, where does United Hull go from here? Well, like I said, since we started...
Excuse me.
Like I say, since we started, the good people of Hull, the good people from around the country have been purchasing the merchandise, giving donations, joining our charity event nights, giving their good hard-earned cash to help these girls make a better future than their past was. What we intend to do now at United Hull, while the new investigation goes on, is step away from going at the police, shall we say. We're going to look at the social services. Where were they during all this going on? Where was the council? What had gone on? It's not just the police. Now, I know from talking to some of the girls and from hearing things on the street about names that keep cropping up, incidents that keep cropping up, and it's obviously started somewhere. The police are the last in the line. It starts with the social workers. It starts with the counsellors. It starts with the council. It's the police that investigate. So we need to know where it all started. Where did they go wrong? Where did they let these girls down? I know of one that's been trafficked throughout the country by the social services, moved from pillar to post, just to be abused again. We're also helping the survivors the best way we know how. None of us are trained counsellors. None of us are trained in any of this. It's just purely voluntarily. So what we've done, with one young girl, we helped to set up a new home.
Brilliant.
She had very little to go in this new home, but she always had us. Okay? That's where your money goes, to help these girls. We started last Thursday on a 6-7 week counselling sessions for these girls. The first one was Thursday. So again, we're paying for them counselling because the council, the social services, are refusing to pay for this. They haven't got the money. Where's all our taxes going? In somebody's pockets, definitely. I've got to say to every single one of you, not just for today, for what you've done in the past, all your hard-earned cash coming in to help these girls, from the bottom of my heart and the bottom of the girls' hearts, I would just like to say thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Okay, I'm going to shut up now for a while. So I'd like to start with our first speaker. And John has been with me since virtually the beginning. He's been my right-hand man. He's done an excellent job, and he'll carry on doing so because I know his passion is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, John.
Hello, everybody. Ian finished just now by thanking everybody. I want to start by thanking Ian. Okay?
Thank you, Ian.
I've known Ian less than a year. Less than a year I've known him. Other people I've known all my life. I've known this man 10 months. And I know enough about Ian to tell you that I will stand next to him for the rest of my life as he wants me to. That's what I think of the geezer.
Good man.
Okay? He started this. He'll talk himself down. He's a very, very humble man. He started this, right? We're just carrying it on for him, right? I've sat in meetings with Ian and I've looked at Facebook posts and everything, And I get all these people saying, I would, you should, do this, do that. And none of them do fuck all. Okay? Ian, when this first started up, he put his hand in his own pocket. He laid out hundreds of pounds. Okay? Hundreds of pounds he laid out. He never once asked anybody else to help him, although people offered. What he said is, we will get it back as we go along, and we have.
That's Ian Ross.
Okay, we've got it in abundance. Now, when this group started, this was all about getting Operation Marksman reopened. Okay? Like any group, like any business, like any government, like any organisation, this group has got to evolve. We've got to grow and we've got to go in different directions, but not lose sight of where we've started and what our main aim is. So yeah, we still want justice for these kids, okay? We still want justice for these girls. But it hasn't taken us long to work out it's not just the justice they need. What these girls need is, they need a bit of honesty. They need a bit of acknowledgement. They need people to say to them, we believe you. They need people to say to them, we believe you, we know what you've been through and we're sorry. But they haven't had that yet. They haven't had none of that yet. All they've had is, we will reopen the investigation. It's quite funny really, because when we started up in December, they told us, the police told us that this investigation was closed through no evidence. And then they started this operation, this investigation called Hydrant. When they done it, and we found out about the investigation Hydrant into Marksman from Essex Police, wherever it was, what they said is, they said that Hydrant was commissioned in October last year. We started in December. They told us that they had already closed it. So there's a lie somewhere. They either lied to us at the beginning or they're lying now. And I'm wondering, is it because of the good people of Hull and United Hull that we've been pushing and pushing, and we've been growing and we've been growing, and we're getting support, we're getting funding for our own backs, for our own people? They've all of a sudden, we don't want to be embarrassed here. We'll get it reopened, but we'll say that we was going to do it anyway. What's the hell? The liars. This is, I don't trust the police no more. I don't trust the people in the offices, like I said last time. I don't trust you. The lads on the floor, the lads on the beat, you've got my support, because I know you're doing your job. If you weren't doing your job, it wouldn't have gone to the CPS in the first place. So you're doing your job. It's not you, lads. It's the people above you. I don't trust them. I don't believe them. And I tell you what, I ain't going to let happen, and Ian's not going to let happen, and none of you are going to let it happen. We're not going to let them use this reinvestigation into Marksman as a delaying tactic. They're not going to delay us. They're not going to say to us, we've investigated twice and we still haven't seen the evidence. I've seen the evidence, right? We've all seen the evidence. These girls have brought their files to us. They've shown us. We've seen messages from one man telling a girl that was moved to another area of the city out of the care system because she kept going missing, that he was losing money because he wasn't able to sell her for sex. He drove to a different part of the country. He brought her back to Hull. He took her to her room where she got raped 150 times so this man could make money. We've seen the messages. So why ain't there no evidence? We've seen evidence that one of the girls, she got pregnant through rape. There was DNA of a fetus, DNA of one of the men she had raped her on the fetus. What more evidence do you need? We've seen messages of girls being threatened to be killed, for the families to be killed if they don't stop speaking out. Well, my message to these people, right, You threatening these girls, you're threatening young innocent girls. I tell you what, do it to me. If you want to kill someone, come and kill me. Right? You know where I am. You know where to find me. Right? Come and get me. I will gladly sacrifice my own well-being for the sake of these girls. Okay? Well, and so the rest of us. Let's do it. Okay? I have lost trust in the police, but I am prepared to give them a chance. And the reason I've lost trust in the police is not just in Hull, it's all over the country. Okay? Look at Oldham. How many years did it take for them to say, they kept on saying it's not happening here. And now they're saying sorry. Telford, it's not happening here. And now they're saying sorry. Rotherham, it's not happening here. And now they're saying sorry. Well, I don't want sorry. I want justice. Yay! I want prison. Yay! Okay. Look what they've done with the use word. Totally different thing.
Sorry isn't good enough.
Opening investigation, close investigation, open investigation, close investigation. 4 decades. 4 decades later. Oh, sorry, yeah, we were wrong. For 40 years. That's not going to happen here. Because we're not going to put up with it. Okay? Well, and this is the same police force, right? This is the same police force. One of our girls turned up in the middle of the night at one of the police stations in Hull to complain about being abused and being groomed. What did they do? They said, come back tomorrow morning, there's no one here. There's no one here to deal with you. Everything I say, I can back up, right? I can back everything up that I say. I don't go on rumours. People have been telling me that things out of them, but when I ask them for evidence, no one can show me it. But when I see evidence, I will see it through. Okay. Since we started this, we've had other girls come through. I had a father contact me a few months ago. His daughter went into a pub. She weren't feeling well. So she went to get a taxi home. That was her first mistake. She went home. That was her first mistake. She went to the train station in Hull. She stood at the taxi rank. All she remembers is waking up in a field with no clothes on. She'd been raped. She was spiked before she went in the pub. Right? This is what these people are doing. She was spiked before she went into the pub. They clocked her in the pub, they followed her, and then all she remembers is 5 men of a particular appearance bundled her into a car, and she'd been raped. Right? Took the police 3 weeks to go and speak to the father when he reported it. I got another one of our members contacted us the other week. One of her friends, she came out of a pub in town. She went to get into a taxi, what she thought was a taxi. It was someone pretending to be a taxi driver. What he done is, she woke up in bed with this fella. She never knew where she was. He spiked her. She'd been fucking spiked. There was last year in November, there was a man, I tell you his name, it's been in the paper, I ain't saying nothing, I ain't already out there. Ibrahim Hussain. He's staying in Station Hotel over there. 2 girls was in a club in town, Seals I think it was. He put his hands up their skirt and touched their skin. And when they complained to him, he touched their breasts. And then he laughed in their faces.
These are the migrant hotels.
Women in this country have to have respect. Women are the backbone of this country. If you go to any family in the UK, any family, and you look within that family, and you look at who keeps that family going, it's the women. So why are we going to let our women get treated like this? Women in this country have fought for years. They fought for years to get the vote, to be able to go to work, to drive. We've got them rights, and I'm not letting anyone take that away from them. I've got 2 daughters, and anyone tries anything on with them, I'll do 25 years inside, because I don't care. Even after I die, I don't care, okay? I really don't care anymore, because I think it's the moral responsibility of every decent human being in this country. It is your moral responsibility to live as best place as possible for your kids to grow up in when you're gone. Okay? That's up to you. My mum and dad done it. My granddad's done it. It's our generation that are letting them down. We've let this happen to our country. Right? We've let this happen. And I'm ashamed of it. I don't want to die until I've done something about it. But I'd have to die doing it, I will. I don't care. Okay? Anyway, thanks for coming.
Much respect, mate. Much respect.
Thanks, John. As passionate as always. Right, so now, what I've been doing over the last 9 months is, it's not just in Hull, as we all know, it's all over the country. So quite a lot of my time's taken up with networking from different groups throughout the country. I'd like to introduce you one now who started MAG UK, which is Parents Against Grooming UK. Now, Billy has been told he's a bit controversial. So I'm going to be.
Am I all right to film up here? Is that okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Howard.
The one and only.
Thank you, guys. Just start by saying what an absolute lovely town I've just walked through. It's gorgeous. You're lucky people to have a town that looks so nice. Unfortunately, you're now experiencing something I've been experiencing for the last 14 years as a Rochdalian, as a father, and also, I don't mind saying, I can say it now, I'm a survivor of child sexual exploitation myself. I stand for survivors, not just in Rochdale, but along with my PAG UK, I'm also a co-founder of PAG UK Cumbria, which is an organisation that's pretty new over in Cumbria, and they're also doing the business by protecting children and safeguarding survivors and helping them on the road to recovery. Many of them are here today, and the work that they've been doing over the last 2 years is immense. So can you give them a big round of applause, please?
Yay!
Now, yes, Ian's right. I am deemed controversial. Not by the boots on the ground, but the arses in the seats. But I enjoy that title. I thrive off that. So these guys have told you locally who's responsible. I'm going to tell you who's responsible throughout the whole UK. Rochdale, Rotherham, Telford, Barrow, everywhere. You can, this dirty crime can hear it said. I'm going to tell you whose responsibility it was and who failed our children. And that's what I'm going to do here today. So the first person I want to talk about is the former Prime Minister, Gordon Brown. Gordon Brown was made aware of these offences and sent a memo around the whole of the UK saying these girls' chaotic lifestyles were the reason for their own abuse. He needs to be put in the dock, he needs to be held accountable, because on the back of that memo, seconded by his second in command Jackie Smith, thousands of our children in the UK was abused with zero prevention. Children were being abused and police were saying, we know, but we're not allowed to do anything about it. It's not the boots on the ground, it's the arses in the seats. The next one, the head of the Crime Prosecution Service. The head of the Crime Prosecution Service, during all these grooming scandals all around the country, he was given a memo by his superior, Gordon Brown. He decided to send I agree. They decided to send a memo to the people like him, and he sent it round to crime prosecution services all around the country to say, we shall not pursue. Again, in the dock, again, accountable for the abuse of our children, not just in Hull, but in all around the UK. Yeah. These people are the ones that should be in the dock, because it's because of these people this is manifested all around the UK. That's why I'm controversial. I enjoy it. Thanks for having me.
We love you, Billy!
You stand with us. Do not worry, I am here. PAG UK Cumbria here.
Thank you, Billy.
And we're going to stand with you. Full.
Well done, mate.
Some red faces on Parliament Square tomorrow, isn't it? Right, our next speaker, again, through the networking, is a lady that, again,
I'll let her tell her the whole story, but basically she's on the run.
Oh, man.
Can you get up here?
Like I said, Debbie's on the run. She's a native of Oldham. She's going to tell you her story now.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's lovely to see all these people here today. I am from a place called Oldham in Greater Manchester. And I want to tell you a story, and it's a true story, about a little girl who was 11. She was out playing with her mates in Oldham Town Centre. And what happened was she got accosted in the church grounds. So what she did, like any little girl would do, she took herself off to the police station to report it. The custody sergeant on the desk said to her, "Go home and come back with your parents." They didn't listen to her. But what happened was there was two gentlemen, and I'm going to say what they are. They're vile, disgusting people, and they are Pakistani Muslims. And what they did, they said, "We'll give you a lift home." And what they did to her that night, they took her to her house and they raped her. And then they gave her some bus fare and dropped her off in an area that she didn't know where she was. And guess what? Another Pakistani Muslim taxi driver said, "Get in, I'll take you home." Guess what he did? He took her to a house where she was raped by several men all night. She was bitten. I can't even go to describe what happened to her. She was 11 years old. Think about your grandchildren. Think about your children. Think about those little girls, age 11. They're just going into secondary school, or they're just leaving junior school, and she was raped over and over and over again over a 24-hour period. They then dropped her off in the area that she lived. They then proceeded, by then they'd already intimidated her that much that they'd got a phone number off her. So then they decided, we're going to intimidate you a little bit more, so I'm going to phone your house. So he phoned her house. And the police happened to be there, and they had it on loudspeaker, where he threatened he was going to murder her and murder all her family. Now, that's really, 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 really not even half the story of what's gone on in Oldham. But we've got a council. Guess what? Guess who runs the council?
Labour.
That's right. We've got the Labour Council. And do you know what? Our current council leader, Amanda Chatterton, right? Oh, yes. She stood up in a full council meeting and stated, "You can't say it's destroyed the lives." That's what she stated in a full council meeting. You can't say it's destroyed the lives, because it hasn't. We've had a review, but they didn't want Sam to be in this review. In fact, Oldham Council made sure that she was not being interviewed and her statement taken in this review. They did everything within their power, even telling Malcolm Newsom and Ridgway that if you talk to her, she'll commit suicide. Right? So they didn't want to interview her. They didn't get to interview her, but guess what? I know a lady called Maggie Oliver.
Yeah, lovely, lovely
and
lady.
Maggie Oliver and myself, we got through to this review team, and Sam managed to go along, and we both said we're going to record it. She recorded it. And guess what Gary Ridgway said? And we've got it recorded. The Oldham Council did everything in their power so that you wouldn't do this interview. They told us that we weren't allowed to speak to you. We've got that recorded. But do you know what Oldham Council said? No, we didn't stop her from giving the interview. We didn't stop her at all. We encouraged her to do the interview. We even sent her a letter. No, they didn't. Now, the story of this is it's not just your police force, it's your council. You've got social services, you've got your council leaders. And what do they want? They don't want you going over to the council and kicking off and asking for and demanding for the rights of your children and the children of the town. I've done that. I've actually gone to my own council and I have picked off, and guess what's happened to me? I've had to flee the town because I was then photographs of me and my home and my name was shared into 18 Islamic groups saying that I'm a far right racist and I'm not. And that I wanted to stand in the local elections, which I did do, and they didn't feel I was worthy to stand in the local elections. So I had to flee my town. And I fled from Oldham to Somerset. I didn't know anybody, no family, no friends, nobody. And guess what happened then? Then the person, this man who was the getaway driver for Dale Cregan. Now, if anybody knows who Dale Cregan is, Dale Cregan was the one that murdered police officers. Dale Cregan murdered 2 police officers. And his getaway driver shared my face into Islamic groups. And then guess what he did then? He then, when I'd gone to Somerset, sent a message saying, I hope you're enjoying Somerset. So guess what? I've had to move again. I've had to move again. And this rain won't stop me from putting this story out. This rain will not. Because you know what? Our children deserve it. Anyway, Oldham Council now have decided to send a letter to me breaching my data because I've never given them my address. So they've breached my data. They've now said that I'm barred from Oldham Council and any council building. And they've said that I've done all sorts of things, which I never have. I never have. So, and last week I got a phone call from a Sergeant Iqbal. Sergeant Iqbal decided to say to me, I would like to invite you in at your earliest convenience to come in and have an interview under caution with a solicitor. You can bring your own or we'll provide one. And we'll discuss your public order offence. Well, here's what I say to Sergeant Iqbal. Because I'm not going into Oldham Police Station because they are corrupt. I do not trust Andy Burnham. I do not trust Operation Sherwood that they've announced in June, and that not one perpetrator has been arrested. Not one since June, since this review came out. And they are doing nothing but avoid. See? You speak and an umbrella comes over you. Yeah. I am shielded. So, that little girl, who's now 28 in December, I've adopted her. Oh. She's adopted me. Oh. She is my daughter. And her name is Sam. In the review, they called her Sophie. And I will gladly let those police officers over there arrest me if they could gladly arrest every perpetrator that hurted and raped a child. For what, lads? For what? For a vote? For a vote? You're absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. The police forces up and down this country know exactly what is going on. They know exactly what is happening to these children. And it's not just girls, it's boys as well. But they know exactly what is happening up and down this country. And what are they doing? They're doing nothing. This is what they're doing. They're turning the back and they're saying nothing to see here, nothing to see. And they're blaming everything on the children. Well, all I can say, lads, the clock's ticking.
She isn't. Really. Well done.
Thank you, Debbie.
Well done, Debbie.
Well done, Debbie. Take some guts, tell you. Right, our next speaker is following on from Billy from PAG UK. So we've got now Ian Piper, who's travelled down from
Barrow. Cumbria.
From Cumbria. Some foreign place.
Do you remember his daughter? Remember
struggle to get up on these steps.
2 Ellies.
Oh, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Piper.
Thanks, everyone.
Firstly, the most important brought tears to my eye,
are these survivors, because without them, none of us would come out. Secondly, all you lot in the yellow bibs and the bikers, fair up to you. But you wombles at the back in your yellow jackets, you should be the ones stood up here fighting for these kids, not leaning against the tree and not giving a toss. Right, for 7 years
a bit now
before
again,
this,
Liam. Look, I've got a little
3 years
jacket
we've had
with
to
a
fight
hood on,
it.
so I'm
I've
not
even had
sure.
Humberside police in the house telling me they know what's going on in this town. They came all the way to Cumbria to tell me they knew what was going on in this town. But yet you lot decided to turn your backs on it. Is it worth it? Obviously not, because your silence speaks volumes, doesn't it? True. Say again, look. Yeah, because McDonald's ain't doing the Happy Meals yet, that's why. No doubt you're like Barrow Police Station, you've got a fucking big toy room upstairs or something, haven't you? A big ball like the back. But no, honestly, these kids are the most important thing. They're probably the hardest people you're ever going to meet in your life, because what they've been through is horrific. Honestly, mate, it's the most disgusting thing you'll ever hear, witness or see in your life. And if you can just get one of your mates to come out with you at these events, every time we go to a new one, and there's one more person there than each of you, by the end of the year, they've got, you know what I mean, we need more and more people there. At the end of the day, if it was one of their kids, you know what I mean, you'd have every copper in the country in the town, wouldn't you? All right? I don't know what to say, because there's that much going on, and there's that many live cases going on, but I'll tell you now, they know what's going on. They really do know what's going on. We had it 2 weeks ago. A woman from Appleton contacted Billy and myself to explain what happened to her daughter. She's reported it over 40 times. The police turned around and said she's just a naughty little shit that likes to take drugs. We told Appleton police that we was going down from Pag Cumbria and Pag UK from Rochdale. Lo and behold me, that night the old bill were out, at 6 o'clock the next morning they put 3 doors in and made arrests, and then they've actually turned around and gone, oh yeah, this girl was being abused. You know what I mean? It's linked every town. Hull, Barrow, Rochdale, Rotherham, Oldham,
Bradford now.
Bradford, everywhere. It's all in the link. You just take that Northwest motorway, and that's their gateway.
Yeah.
So, you know, just all help out and do something to help these kids. Yeah, be vigilant.
Please support all parents against grooming, because
go and chase them yourself.
I think it's in a lot more towns and
they're
cities
moving.
than
McDonald's
me.
is open. Look. Hey. Watch your back. You're nicked for drinking orange juice in a public place. So honestly, that's all I've got to say.
One guy
To the bikers, fair up to you. To each and every one of you that fight and support.
Keeps coming and shouting.
To support Oldham, to support Hull, to support Barrow, Cumbria, Rochdale, Rotherham, everywhere. By the end of the week, you might as well say you're supporting the whole country, because that's what you are doing. That's what we're all doing. We're fighting for each and every town, and we'll always be there.
The microphone's on, is it not very clear?
Cheers, Ian. Thanks very much. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of the speeches now. Just a little bit off from me, I'm afraid. But I don't know where to start to thank you all. I said a little bit in the beginning, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. My gratitude to you will go on forever. My gratitude to the speakers will go on forever. They're fighting in their own towns. We will be following them. We will be going to other towns to do the same in theirs. But I would like to thank all the riders for giving up their time on a Saturday to support this group. I only asked a week ago.
Well done.
Major effort, and thanks Rob for sorting all that out. We hope that it grows. It looked incredible coming up that street. Honest, it was brilliant. I would like to thank all the speakers today for travelling, where they come from: Cumbria, Oldham, Rochdale. You know, they give up their time every day of the week. I know what it's like. It's every night. Every weekend am I doing something for United at Hull. But it's a passion that keeps me going. But it's your passion that keeps us going. you give your hard-earned money to help us support these girls. Again, I'd like to thank you. To give yourselves a round of applause. And last and not least is my amazing admin team.
I know,
You know,
I've been to
giving so much
demonstrations in Rochdale
and
we've not even had half the amount of people we've had out here. So,
yeah, ever complained.
We're
So
growing
thanks,
by the
guys.
day. We just need
Without
more
you, I
people
couldn't
to
pull this
dare
one off
stand
today.
out and not be called the R word, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what it's all about with the authorities. But
So that's really it. I'd
our
just
girls
like
are
to
getting
remind
raped,
you that
our
our
kids,
charity events are
11-year
carrying on. If you
olds.
look on we've got two pages on Facebook. We've got a closed page with the United All Against Grooming, and we've got United All Against Grooming events page. The events page is an open page, so everybody can see it. I'm sure you know somebody of the admin team or somebody who is a member of United All. Keep an eye out. Please support as much as you can. Again, from the girls, myself, and the admin team, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ian. Well done. I checked yesterday and it said it wasn't going to rain today. I should have checked this morning.
Even this morning, we checked it, it said no rain.
I did say I went to some activism the other day and I was full of cold. I went to Huddersfield, it said no rain, and it absolutely down. But at least I've got a hood today. But it's because I keep catching colds and blooming all sorts, because it's,
Just got loads of washing to wash now.
Oh, and that's
when
it.
you're at work and you're going to work, you can't leave it out, it's going to rain. But
sometimes I'll just put half a load in just to keep it going. Because if not, like say a few days and your basket's full, then isn't it?
There's only the two of us. But it'll get done tomorrow.
It will. Tomorrow's another day.
The dryer's packed up as well, so that's why I'm a bit...
Oh, but well done to you all. Absolutely. Just it's, after supporting Billy for the last few years in Rochdale and coming to a couple of your demonstrations before, it's growing.
I appreciate you turning up as well. I'll link out this morning for you.
But always support you. Anything that we can do to help. I help Billy by taking things when I clear out my drawers and things. I'll take clothes and things to sell in his shop. But if there's anything we can do publicity-wise, or just let us know.
We've always got the events going, so if you have a fancy popping down.
Definitely. I mean, I'm only 50 minutes away. Even though I'm West Yorkshire, it's only 50 minutes. But anything we can do, I did come last year and I did a report down about the Operation Max when I did some research on it, and
walking down with us, weren't you?
And it's I went myself as well, but it's just it's obviously that it's still been going on. But like I say, Bradford's just come out in a report in my local newspaper. How many more have we got in West Yorkshire? Without I know. And you just I'm just live at the minute, so we don't say certain words and things like that. But the amount of different shops that are coming into my little town and all the boarded up shops that. But they can't afford to keep these shops going without there's other things going on behind closed doors.
Cottingham?
Oh,
all over the place.
I've been about 5 times.
Biggest village in the world.
Do you know, it took me back to with all the flags. We went just before, was it the Jubilee, the first time, and all the flags in the street. It took me right back to being,
Go for the Christmas lights as well. That's well worth it. Well, closed one of the student accommodations down, and they've just moved in 200 immigrants.
Is it the Lawns?
Yep. No, not the Lawns. No, it's what's that house? What we just moved? Thwaite Hall.
Oh yeah. Well, I think there's another university coming up, one of the halls. So be look out. I've done quite a few visits there. And there's taxis picking them up, taking them to the hospitals. They have guards at the gate. Yeah. And that's to keep us out. They're always coming in and out, but that's
I've done there quite regular. So you see them out, all in brand new gear, wearing clothes which I couldn't even think of affording. Brand new bikes and travelling on the buses. Free bus pass.
Yeah. Oh, I see them out like hotels near me, going into like Wakefield, and I think that's all like with. Obviously, free bus passes, isn't it?
Yeah.
That even we don't get ourselves, people are going to have to really start waking up, because a lot of these are coming as well to mirror another generation of what. But we've just been lied to about everything, aren't we? And the stuff that's coming out today is like we knew 2 years ago. So that we've all been fool. I've been like I would say a fool for a lot of years because I was just a working mum and I looked after my parents, I looked after my grandmas. You know, so you're that busy, aren't you? Doing your own work, keeping you, paying my mortgage and things like that. And thank you. And yeah, and it's only 4 years ago that my eyes opened, but they didn't close again. You know. You know, but there's so many people. I know a lot of what people think that the call themselves intelligent. They've got top class jobs, and they haven't got a clue what's going on.
Well,
They're still voting Labour. The Labour's still in my town.
But there's still them ones at the top who won't report it. The ones that are doing it as well. They're all in the same pot.
And that's what's coming out more now as well, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. While those working backbones of this country just get treated like shit, don't we?
What we are now, we're second class citizens.
Yeah. And I tell you, when I go to these hotels and they won't even let me stand on pavement outside and filming, what's all that about?
Well, we've gone about it more diplomatically.
Yeah. No, you need to. Yeah, you don't want to get tired of anything. Oh no, this is immigration from years ago. You know.
Some of that is, yeah.
You know, well, that was the start, and now it's carrying on and carrying on.
In Manchester, like 40, 50 years of abuse on one poor bloke, and it's like.
But the fact is, until we had social media, right, we didn't know these things. I'm only going back a couple of years, and I remember saying to somebody about like what was going on in Dover, like just look at local newspapers online. I never even thought to do that. You know, mad in it. And we've all been blinkered, haven't we, into just trying to survive, haven't we?
Well, the way I'm looking at it now is that Hope Not Hate.
Oh, they're
the ones who's dishing out all the crap into the media.
They're all on that Labour side.
Also on BBC, when the Queen passed away, the BBC wiped everything else off the air. No other news got put out. And yet some cases come up about paedophiles.
I have to go searching through newspapers every night to show what is really going on. Yeah. Not that it's all isolated, you know, that they want us to believe. Yeah. You know, they're keeping people in that much fear that they're probably just trying to get through a day themselves to get through the next day. Well, but it's growing, I think, you know. People are uniting and it's growing, and we've got a little bit of.
We are linking it all up together now. So
I'm so proud of you, you know, and I watch you on. I see all the things you put on Facebook, and obviously I can't always get over to Hull.
No.
But you know, and I spoke to Billy about you when I went over there a few months ago, and yeah, proud of you guys. You know, because it won't have been as easy as just doing what you've done, because you come up against a lot of. I can imagine fences that they don't want you crossing, do they?
Yeah,
you know.
Yes. Police aren't very helpful at all with us. They're just waiting for something to kick off. That's all they're after, waiting for something to kick off.
Yeah. But you know, we prove that that the only things that makes things kick off when they allow counter protesters to come to such events that are heartbreaking enough that then gets people's emotions up, and that's what they do purposely.
That's why we're here, like to extinguish it before it starts.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, there were only that one lad I noticed that was drunk. I think did he come back? And we just went to him, shh, and he went. But then obviously he came back. But one in all, that's not bad, is it?
There's only 2 bobbies for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought about that. Yeah.
But we need it. I've told. So he's putting it out. You're putting it out. Billy knows. We could do with somebody watching films and that we do the same and how to find it out.
Right, got 2 badges left. Anyone want them? £2.
I should be able to on the side of these if you see I got the website.
That made me fill up that one. You know what? The one for people like you, though, the girls want the way that they are today. It's like you say, you've been honest and you trust them and you believe them, and it's been covered up for too many years. And I'm from West Yorkshire, so we have got our fair share, and I think it's happening in a lot more towns and cities.
It's happening every day. It's happening every day.
Is that badge box still there?
Your new Prime Minister. What did she say? I will always make sure that all these get the maximum
You know, the one ball that was run up against her. Oh my God, put ball in jail.
Yeah, Rishi Sunak, when they were the right campaign in the Liz Trust. Oh yeah, we are going to make sure that people are held accountable. Where are you? Where are you, Liz? You know, she's been missing all week, hasn't she? She went on the radio this week, and the first thing that the person said to her, "Where have you been?"
Right. What did she say?
She didn't answer.
A lot of criticism coming her way. She can't seem to answer. She can't handle the pressure that seems to be put in front of her.
But no, she's very good. She's very good.
But you know, people are gagging for more substance right now. They're on her straight away.
The police, substance, half of them must be sniffing glue. You know what I mean? Look at Greater Manchester Police. Right? We had a superintendent with a liver brush. Because she managed to sweep it under a little carpet, or she thinks she did, they sent her to Greater Manchester Police with a bigger brush to the assistant chief constable. She's going to bite on the ass.
Yeah, it's Sarah Jackson, she's called.
No Action Jackson.
No Action Jackson, that's what they're called. And here's the thing, that has been raised with the chief constable. That has been raised with Steve Watson, the chief constable. And do you know what he said? She will do a good job.
So he's totally dismissing any
Well,
of
he
that.
resonates with the dad, so they go rugby, you know, they go golf.
Calling guys,
so, you know, it's not what,
the
you know,
ones
it's who,
above
you know,
all the campaign lifestyle.
Well,
Billy's a good man.
in
Well,
our
we go for
country.
breakfast together, but we don't brush stuff under the carpet.
No,
We pull the carpet out and sweep it out.
And this is the thing. It's the little nuggets of corruption that breed from these friendships.
All it will take, you know, is for one copper to stand there, and I've had two. I've spoken to two, and they said, "We know what's going on." You know, and I said, "Well, you've got a whistleblowing policy where you're protected.
Yeah.
Open your mouth."
Well, look what Maggie Oliver did.
She's one selfless lady.
Maggie Oliver, she
haven't got Maggie Oliver's guts,
she did her utmost to get this. You know, she'd lost her husband, so she'd been off work, but she'd started an operation in Augusta, and they had over 100 perpetrators. Right, they had 100 over. Then her husband fortunately fell ill, and he passed away. By the time Maggie had got back to then continue with that investigation, Operation Augusta had been swept not under the carpet, it had been buried in the cupboard with the nails shut, the door shut, and nothing to see her. And Maggie said, "Oh, hang on a minute, no." So she ended up being threatened with prison.
You actually spoke to Maggie.
She was threatened. She was threatened with prison. So she resigned. And she whistle blew. And she whistle blew. That's what Maggie did. And now you've got the Maggie Oliver Foundation. And I say, if anybody's listening to this and they are a victim of what is happening today, contact the Maggie Oliver Foundation, because you are going to be supported, believed,
Share this out, guys.
cared for.
If
You're going to
you
get
know
the
anyone.
support that you need. If you need legal advice, Maggie's there for you. They've got a great team on board. I'm just a single person. I've got a legal background, even though half my family were in the police force. You know, but there's only so much I can do.
Well, let me divert a little bit there now. You just give me that. You said half of your family were in the police force.
Yeah.
What's their opinion of what they see, not only going on with you, but Oldham?
I'd love to ask them. My dad was a police officer, but he's no longer here. My brother, he was a police officer. He's absolutely appalled and disgusted. And I have another family member that's still in the police force that I'm not going to bring into it because I know how he will feel.
Yes.
I know how he will feel about this. So, but here's the thing, it's still happening today, up and down the country. There's girls, you know, it's happening now. You know, they'll be getting the phone calls round about now. We're going to pick you up at whatever time and make sure you're there. And if you're not there, I'm going to come for you. It's happening. It's happening today.
That's the thing that a lot of people don't correlate this. The act of grooming and what that entails with the communication engagement between two people, the malicious texts, the threats that are put there. And anyone's got to consider it. If you're getting bombarded with threats like that, what is going to happen?
They phone you, and they mind you until you answer the phone, and then they give it you for not answering the phone. And then say, you better be there. If you're not there, I'm coming for you. And it's intimidation and it's threats, you know. And then it's like, we know where your family live. I'm going to go and burn their house down. I'm going to murder them.
And
Can you
you've got
imagine
all
how
that to wear,
frightened our
and them
children
children have
are?
got all
Can you
that
imagine?
on their shoulders, just being raped.
And then when you talk about it, they then feel in a situation where they can't. They self-censor themselves.
They can't. They can't. How can they talk about it? And who can they talk to? Who can they talk to? They can talk to the Maggie Oliver Foundation. They can talk to me. They can contact me. I'm on Oldham Together on Facebook.
It's amazing,
Find
isn't
Oldham
it?
Together on
How
Facebook.
they
Anybody's out there
adopted
who
the
needs
girls
somebody
as
to talk
well,
to,
the
find me.
survivors, and helping them. Every
Because
town
these
and
girls
city needs to come
have a
together
legal-
that has got the grooming gangs.
I believe
Like these people.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few survivors that stood just literally next to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are so brave, girls. They are so brave. I'm so proud of them. I can't believe it.
Lovely speech. Well done. Well done.
Well done, mate. Well done. Don't forget you got that on your head. I just didn't want you to forget and just go about your normal everyday life. You know what I mean? Good on you, bro. Good on you. Have a safe journey.
I have
Can I just ask you something? Can I just butt in and just ask something? Sorry, just quickly. I'm Yorkshire Rose. I don't know if you've actually met me before. A friend of Active Patriots.
Okay.
And we've done because we've got quite a few followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
We've done a shout out for the rape alarms, and we took the first 100 over to Billy at the Pag UK shop. Yeah, those.
Right.
And we're wanting
I've never
to.
pulled it. Shall I pull it?
There we go.
Yeah.
There you go, girl.
So they're the rape alarms.
Billy's raving to it.
Yeah.
He's seeing it as some kind of frequency.
I'm just showing you what a rape alarm is.
So that.
Get these on Amazon.
So
Rape alarm.
Billy goes round in Rochdale, and he actually goes round and he gives them to the young girls. He actually educates the young girls. So we're wanting to help them in in Cumbria, and we're wanting to help them in Hull as well. So, like I said, we either Yorkshire Road or Active Patriot. We'll have it on Twitter, and we'll put. I've got the link on my Twitter. Anyway, it's from Amazon, and it just goes direct to either Billy or it'll go to the other Pag UK teams. And just been able to give back for as little as £5 a month. £5 a unit, yeah. And I think there was some that were 3 for £10. But yeah, even just £4.99 and £5, if people could just afford that. And every little one, adds up, doesn't it? And we can give our children a little bit of protection today. I know it's not going to stop anything, but you'd hope that if, somebody would look up and hear that, and obviously you'd be probably screaming as well.
It's an element of protection, isn't it, or a deterrent, because it's better than nothing at all. You know what I mean? I think that's a brilliant idea. Like you say, no one's saying that that's going to solve all the problems, but it's one.
No, but when I pulled this,
and it's making people aware.
When I pulled this, then how many people turned around and looked?
Exactly, straight away.
They looked, and that way that I'm being attacked, or I don't know this person that's.
It gives you a couple of seconds to think, doesn't it?
So,
the person on the back foot that's about to do something.
So every parent should be buying these now for the children, boys and girls. Every parent needs to buy these.
And it just,
get them on the keys or get them on a.
Yeah, I don't put on my belt up.
Put them on a keyring, put them on the school bags. Just attach them, and all they have to do. And if anybody comes to them that they don't know, pull it.
Yeah. And that's just testing, is that, guys?
The only problem with that, I'd say, with my family, my youngest would probably use it on me when I'm telling her to go to a room. She'd just pull that out.
And this is why you've got to be careful, because the ones that we were looking at that just look like that one did actually say that they are actually the police know the sound of these certain police checked ones.
Right. Okay.
So it must have a different, so obviously, we don't want to be taking.
So as in it goes through to the police?
I just think if they're in the vicinity,
right. That is Big Brother-ish if that was the case. But that's exactly what you would need.
Yeah, you can get them on Amazon. They're a tenner for 3.
Yeah. Or £4.99 for. They're the ones I've got out on Twitter that we're going to try and get for the the Cumbria shop and for Hull here for the girls.
Yeah, but every parent should be on Amazon today buying these. Right, it gives your child a couple of seconds, and if they're in an area where there's people will turn, and that gives them the opportunity to say, "I don't know this person. I'm being attacked." Yeah. And it could save somebody.
I've gone somewhere in my woods when I just had some problems with some Antifa type guys, I went in my local woods with it on my belt here, and I literally was holding that, you know. So I knew if anybody ever come up behind me, I'd just, you know, pull that. And I've got houses that are quite near that are here. But the fact is, you know, anything could happen to me.
Certainly.
Couldn't it? You
So
know.
I guess, have you been in danger doing what you do? Like, do you fall around
Yeah,
active doing what you do?
yeah. Well, yeah, we've just been in danger really. Not agreeing to illegal immigration, and it was just a demonstration in York, in North Yorkshire, that is a very big Labour area, and we were trying to stop the 1,500 migrants coming to Linton on Ouse, the old RAF base, and we had a demonstration in York city centre, and so the left decided to turn up and counter protest with about 200 of them, you know, like they do, the bust them in, don't they, from all over. And some Antifa guys that kept coming around our side, you know, with all the mask stuff. And I had a visit the year before from them at home, so they have actually got my address and put like Nazi stickers on my door. And anyway, when I was in York, I went to these guys. I'm like, just go back to your own side. You know, this is our side. Get away from our demonstration. You don't agree with us. You stay at your side. You know, and we were supposed to stay at this side. So one of the young lads just said my name and my address. Well, I sort of flipped because it was over a year ago. It happened to me when they came to my house, and I knew it was him because he was a young lad. I got him on CCTV. I didn't bother ringing the police the first time because, you know, in fact, I didn't really know the police at that time to know what I do, you know, because but today I'm not bothered. But yeah, and we was in the centre of York. We left some people at a pub. We went down to a car park, and they were waiting for us all masked up, and they were telling us to F off out of York, dropping them smoke bombs at his feet. I was screaming, he was with me, and people just walking by us. And I don't know if anybody knows York, but this car park is at the bottom of a dead end. There's nowhere to go. We dare even when we did York. Yeah. And so there was nowhere to get out there. So people were saying, why didn't you go to your car? Why didn't you get away from him? We didn't want him seeing his registration, and we couldn't get out of that car park. So I don't know how long after the police come, after I was shouting and screaming a lot, and she just about laughed in my face, and I was really upset. My heart was going 10 to the dozen because it was a girl come up behind me, and I thought, you know what, a lad might not hit me, but the shiver. No, that's Antifa for you.
It kind of
just for being an activist.
Because but being an activist and having a voice, I mean, Debbie can attest to that because she's been threatened in many ways herself and intimidated, but not by citizens. This is by police and by the council as well. But we're supposed to be a society that's supposed to respect the women. And if you've got a woman that's got an opinion, why is it all right for that woman now to be hounded, intimidated, and threatened? You know what I mean? But then we go, well, I'm all up for women's rights. You can't speak out of both sides of your mouth.
No,
I don't get it. Because an Antifa woman, I don't feel the same way. I don't feel that I've got to out her and I've got to find an address. Even though I think your opinion's fucked up, I'm not going to go to them aggressive measures to shut me down.
It's not what it's about. It's about getting what we want, what we believe in out there, but to try and bring people down by. I mean, you know, I'll be honest, my son was frightened. You know, my son was frightened, and he was like, you know, putting Nazi stickers on my door and putting one on. I live in a little cul-de-sac, which is a really quiet area. Put one on my electric box at the bottom of my street. You know, that was to let see that my neighbours think that I walk. There was stickers on my door as well. You know, I mean, my husband and some big lads were in the back garden. I wish that they'd have seen him, but you know.
You try having dialogue with them. Don't want to have dialogue.
Well, he just about running my house, put all this stuff, and put it through my letterbox. And
how did your family, the neighbours, react to all
well,
these stickers?
luckily,
they
put a leaflet through my letterbox as well, and I looked at the back and saw who it was. I think it was Kirkland's anti-fascists or something. So our Luke went out on he's got a little scooter, and he went and had a look, and he said no other houses had got them on. So I'll pass the picture about and things, and some people in Scarborough found out that it was this young lad who looked about 19. And like I said, I've got him on CCTV, but he was one of the lads that was in York.
Yes,
and he told me who he was with his mask up. And obviously, yeah, they then followed us. Oh, well, they cut through a museum. They were waiting outside the museum, and they were trying to like use psychology with us, but you know, we're a little bit in front of them, sort of like, well, we're here. It's you that's kicking off, because he had to, if threw a can at him, because it doesn't show on the video, but it comes like that up at him, and there were two of us, there were all them, so he threw his can, and so they were making out as if it was us that had approached them, but they were waiting for us there. They followed us through York till us two was for us two to be on our own.
It's all about aggression.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where you lose your argument. You know what I mean? Because the moment this side does anything aggressive or anything that's outrageous, boom. You know, the connotation is you're all bad, you're all far right, but yet these guys are allowed to do what they do. That's when you know the jib is in, really. That's why, in a way, moving forward, I don't bother with them guys, because that's what they want. They want that to go up.
I just want to keep away from my house. I've got a family. It's me that does activism. It's not my family. You know, I don't want them at risk, and that is, you know, just my issue. But again, like I say, it's all intimidation. You know, since I started doing my activism, which is only in the last few years, I've never once tried to call anybody out or bring them down like people do to others. I just find it, but you know, the more I do learn, the more I see it in just bottom level. It's authorities, it's all sorts, isn't it?
It's
you know,
the game we're in, I'm afraid.
Cat
And even
mouse,
if you're doing the
isn't it?
right thing, you've got to know that you're in a shitstorm. And they're going to get people that do dirty tricks all around you. Even on the same side, we've seen that within a fight and people turning. It's a hard, nefarious kind of journey to go along. And this is what's hard to stay focused, isn't it? Kind of stick with what you're actually there for. You're there for the passion of the country or survivors.
Children.
There's so many little avenues that will take you off. So I take one good thing. I mean, what it does scream out is that with all that in place, same with you, Deborah, it doesn't dissuade you from doing it.
Makes us stronger, doesn't it? Makes us stronger.
Last weekend, didn't I, in London, you know what I mean? Just talking to police with my arms out next to them in Daily Mail, you know what I mean? Putin loving far right. That's what they put.
But you know what? But the people who don't look through that, though, you know, but then they're more fool them, isn't it? But I know today. Like I say, I might have been a little bit of a late learner 4 years ago, but I didn't shut my eyes again. I carried on trying to do my best to help and support as much as I can.
Can't walk away from it.
I stood there talking to Cobra and Nan's like, well, look, you organised this group of us, and now you put on TV right in front of us. And I put Nan's like, just talking to a cop like that, and you look in the Daily Mail, it looks like I'm ready to kick off with the police. Not that at all.
But we know that, don't we?
Yeah,
Other
but the Daily Mail
people
run it as a far right.
Yeah.
Far from far right.
I think probably active what one.
No problem.
All right, nice to meet you, Phil. But thank you, you too, Phil. But when it said one man got arrested, I think that were active. I got arrested for only one.
But they put one man got arrested, then put mine and one other lad's picture in the paper.
It's annoying, isn't it? Where's active? Where's that?
I got rid of
Active's here. Yeah, look.
Don't know, but I'm gonna look.
You looking for active?
No, I'm just looking over there. I'm just seeing who's about. I'm just listening what they're saying about PA. They've got PA to go. They've got PA to go, but look.
Where are they? It's gone, mate. Where? Which way?
They've moved them out, apparently. They've moved PA out, I think.
Who else?
Well, some Tommy supporters then. They've got PA to go out.
Well,
Some
that's fucking
people.
disgusting, I didn't say that.
That's what they've just said, that they've got PA to leave because they're really far right.
Not to be there as anybody.
Oh, guys.
So, Matt and Dave.
Brandon, hail as fuck.
Brandon isn't there, yeah?
Right. Yeah, no, having a little passport. White t-shirt.
Thank you. It's my birthday present from these guys. No, it was last Sunday. I was 50 last Sunday. I know, that's why I couldn't make London. I was gutted. We've been into London, haven't we, took royal courts and buses, and I'm like, we can
Gotta go home now.
But we can drive in for 10 hours, and it was so cheap because 3 of us did it, and we just like went to them, you know, them just park and just park under people's buildings. I was buzzing. So then when we had a party, and for my birthday. So yeah, I would have been down there. The man himself.
Can't talk about it really publicly on record because it's you know, we'd say something and then they use that as an excuse to shut it down. You know what I mean? So we're not going to give, we never ever give them the opportunity. But I can tell you, between Pag UK, Pag Cumbria, and people of Accrington, I can't forget the people involved, I can't name or say anything about the case, but if we didn't all come together and work together as a unit, there'd still be child in danger now. But because we did come together and worked as a unit and we got on the ball with it, there's lots of front doors need repairing, and some solicitors are now in the police station having to sit for interviews. So success.
It is. Well done, Billy, for everything that you do.
We'll do a stream when we can talk about it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I've got loads of cases due before the talks.
We'll get Amanda on.
Well, I need to go over and see him soon.
So,
I've got loads of stuff for him.
2.5 years ago, someone came through the front door at Pag UK. There was 3 of them, all parents, came in the door and asked, this has happened, what do we do? I took them straight to the police station. They disclosed to 3 separate people in the space of 4 hours. That's not the right process, you know what I mean? It's hard enough to disclose once. To disclose 3 times in the space of so many hours is really traumatic. So anyway, the investigation takes place. It's taken 2 years. These men now have finally been charged up until last week.
Thanks, guys.
They've been told now that the survivors and the people involved in this case that this is going to take 2.5 years to get to trial. So that's 4.5 years of a survivor living trauma. That's what's happening here.
Is the first court date been given out yet?
No, not yet.
As soon as you get it, send us.
Yeah.
That's the first time. That's the only time I'm allowed to get the faces.
Come along with me.
Oh yeah, I will do. Yeah,
I'll take you.
Thank you.
No worries.
We'll be there.
I do a lot of court support, so if a survivor says to me, will you come to court with me, I don't want to go on my own, then I won't take any media, because I'm not there for that.
Definitely.
When I go to court off my own back, it's to report on what's happening at court, but if I'm at court with a survivor, then I won't take no media or do any interviews or anything, because that's my focus as a survivor. It always will.
You're a good man, Billy.
I'll only ever be the survivor, that's what first every time.
Everyone loves you.
We do. Thank you, Billy.
Cheers, guys.
What if you want me in, mate? Fucking hell, God knows what to do.
It's not just me. A lot of people call me an hero, and I'm not an hero, but I've got a team full.
Yeah, not all heroes.
Because if it worked for them, I won't be able to do what I do.
He's got an amazing team that volunteers, that help in the shop, in the hub. We've done counselling courses to help the children, and they all do it off their own back. You know, they don't get a single penny for it. And some of them are actually survivors themselves. It's just, yeah, makes me feel up, guys.
Catch grooming, that's all good. That's like gravy. But the big thing, the big success of Pag UK is the support to survivors. That's the most important thing.
This is what I want.
Don't forget about them after.
There's groups out there that will ask you for the money and ask you for support and ask you, right? Billy don't get nowhere near as support like these supposedly groups that do fuck all, yeah. Take all your money, yeah. And there's people like Ian from United All, there's people like Pag Cumbria, Pag Rochdale, yeah. They don't get nowhere near as much support as they should do.
We're established now in Rochdale.
How many people have you trained?
Yeah, but you still need things for your shop to sell.
How many? You are the only person that's actually had
7, 8, no, it's been more than that. First round, so about 11, 12.
Yeah.
12 councillors.
What other person that you see on the internet, yeah? And this guy doesn't ask for money, he doesn't beg for money, yeah? What other person can tell you that they've gone and counselled 7 survivors, yeah? And now it's coming here to Hull and they're getting counselled here in Hull now.
It is a thing. Many of the people who volunteer end up
guys.
as a qualified counsellor anyway. It's not a high level of counselling. It's a peer-to-peer mentoring qualification, but it's still being able to be able to sit down with someone one-to-one. And Rita's there.
Well done, Rita.
Well done, Rita. Not only are you a fucking top activist,
yeah, you are as well. And you and Mac Dave. Always a demonstration.
And I said, you know what I think should happen? Every time anyone organises a demo in every town or wherever they are, you should tell people who are there who are giving out leaflets whatever, they should tell us who we can signpost to. So say somebody had come up today and said, well, I've been abused, we could say, right, well, have a word with Ian and he'll be able to put you in touch.
Yeah.
Same with Billy in Rochdale. A lot of other demos I go to, people have come up, well, this has happened to me, you haven't got a clue what to do with them. So we need whoever's organising the demo to find out what the relevant organisations are that can help.
Yeah.
If anyone comes forward while we're here, I think that's a big thing.
Yeah.
We quite often get people.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, the smaller the demo as well, the more likely you've got people coming up. We keep shouting for these big demos. You get Tommy's and you've got hundreds of people there, but it's just us telling each other what we already know.
Need the new one.
People from the outside, people who are just doing the shopping, don't get to come up and say, oh, excuse me,
yeah.
blah, blah. Whereas something like this you do. And I think what I'm saying is, people organising it need to put more into it to be able to signpost people.
Yeah. But I think now it seems to be how I can just see it at the minute, because obviously it is hard to put something countrywide, isn't it? But we've obviously now got PAG in Rochdale, Hull and Cumbria. Now I would hope that, seeing what all these parents have done, that in other towns and cities we need them there. So that could be then the way round the counselling, because they are getting the counselling to start, Rita, isn't it? And even if you came to one of these demonstrations, you'd know who to send them to, wouldn't you? Like either Billy or...
Well, yeah, while we were here.
Yeah.
But like if Billy or anyone wasn't here, say we were in, when we did Cardiff and we've done Glasgow, we didn't pick the organisers at the time, or no, we didn't. Just whoever's organising, just find out what the relevant organisations are that we can signpost people.
Yeah, and how far, I suppose, things like how far these guys will travel to someone. Because like if you go to something miles away, the 3 hubs that we've got are in a certain part of England, aren't they? But again, you know, if anybody's listening to this and agrees with Rita, because it sounds good to me, because sometimes, like Rita says, children might just come up to you when you're actually at a demonstration, and if you can help that child from there and point them in the right direction, which a lot of it is parents that are helping them today, not the authorities, and they could at least give the girl someone that they can speak to, someone that they can trust, and that they'll be believed as well. But yeah, I'll have a little look into that, Rita. Thank you.
At least one trained counsellor. What you sort of do with me is sort of foot. It's what I did mine in the 90s, so my training probably won't be relevant nowadays. But I would know how to speak to somebody.
And I think, you know,
Not to
definitely.
go off at the end of the demo and leave someone in distress, really. Because we all go home and we all go through our different towns and cities, and we've probably shaken up some feelings here today.
Yeah.
Where do they go with it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Obviously.
We'll have a think about that. I'll have a word with Active and that. We'll have a think about that, because and these guys here, like, you know, the PAG teams are sort of looking to the future, aren't they? I mean, the guys up here that set the flat up, I saw it on Facebook where they were asking for things, and you know, just giving that person a chance, you know, because you can't imagine what must be still going through in their head.
So many. When they were saying before.
All right, see you. Look, take care, darling. Yeah, look after yourself. I'll give you a ring in week. Look after him. Get him home safe. See you later.
Stay out of trouble, Active.
No, don't be letting him get arrested. The main man's going. See you later, guys. See ya. Bye. So we need to try and do a little bit of research and just see how. Because, like I say, if we got someone local, we could message Billy or you know. But yeah, worth having a little think about it.
There's lots of different people organise them, and they might have that on board. If you've tried and tested the ones who come all the time, let them know. You know, me and Dave always come forward and we'll say, do you want any leaflets giving out? Do you want anything doing?
Yeah, and then we'll get off. Is that all right?
So yeah. Oh,
thank you. Lovely seeing you, Bo. I will watch everything you do. You do so much. We will this time. Thank you. You too. And you too, you always, wherever you go, you two always make the effort. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? You know. Definitely. And I'm proud of them here. They've done well. Done really well. Really well. Yeah. What time are we on now? I don't know. Have we put parking on? Yeah. Right, guys, we're gonna go. I'll see you all again soon. You take care. See everybody. We need to go for our party. Lovely seeing you again. I don't know if you remember me, Yorkshire Rose.
Oh, I know who you are.
You're doing great.
Keep going, we won't stop.
Definitely. And we're just saying, because the lovely Rita over there has just said that sometimes when they go to demonstrations and they're probably not as organised as these, and a survivor can come up to them in the crowd and where do they send them to? You know, now I said the good start here is of these three teams that you've got.
We just discussed that. We're going to bring one big fucking team.
You know, and let's hope that other towns and cities come forward.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily my town is just little at the minute, and I'm Castleford, West Yorkshire, so I'm in between Wakefield and Leeds. So I'm surrounded by it all, but I'm still tucked away at the minute. But it won't be for long. It won't be for long. An old mining village where from. So yeah. But yeah, proud of you all. You've done fantastic. Like I said, you're doing brilliant. If we can help you with any promotion or anything we can do to help you, you know where we are. All right. Take care, girls. See you later. Bye. See you later. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye. Oh, that was just lovely, wasn't it? You know, getting everyone together, people that care, and yeah, it was well worth coming out for today. So yeah, thank you everyone that has tuned in. Please like and share this, and subscribe to my channel. We're back out again in the week. I think we need to go back to another seaside town that was having lots of problems before the school holidays. So yeah, we might be going there in the week. If not, it will be further down south. So keep tuned in, everyone. Good afternoon from Yorkshire Rose.